Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Flying 500, one of the most spectacular things on the weekend of Week Well Time Attack. I'm joined by Richard from TurboSmart. Welcome, Richard.
Thank you, mate.
Spot on, mate. Now, you know a lot about these cars. Of course, it is the TurboSmart Flying 500, one of the most anticipated things on the calendar, I guess you'd say, for all these things. Now, look, looking at the television, we've got the Farm Ute there. That's one of my favourites, the Farm Ute.
We invited the Farm Ute down from Queensland. We loved it in the other competitions we've seen. We just have to have it here, so it's good to have it here today.
Looking forward to that one, mate. Some 750 rear wheel horsepower, 9.8 second ute. But looks like we're about to line the first of the cars up there. Is the Aristo, is it, of Lachlan Nicholas? What can you tell us about that one?
That's Lachlan's Aristo. He runs a 2J in this, turbocharged, of course. He's our wildcard entry this weekend, so he's not got a workshop like some of the other places. He's just a guy who loves his car, and we decided to give him a go.
Well, TurboSmart, it's got a 7675 GTX on it, is that right?
Big turbo, yep.
That's a hell of a big turbo.
It is, and it makes a fair bit of horsepower, so we'll be interested to see how he goes here today.
Yeah, too right. We're talking 700 plus horsepower here, and we're going to have a rolling start. I think we usually do, and then we'll try and get the speed back to you out there in Fantown as quick as possible. But the 2JZ, one of the most popular engines we're seeing used these days in a lot of different areas. What makes the 2JZ so good, Richard?
Well, they're just built really tough, mate. They came from the factory with very strong internals, so you can put a lot of boost in them, and they'll hold it, not blow up, give you good horsepower.
What sort of horsepower can you push through, say, a standard bottom end?
Look, 800 horsepower is fairly standard, or it's fairly easy to get for a stock bottom end, yeah.
And the TurboSmart products, I mean, obviously the turbos, we've got wastegates being used here as well,
That's
blow-off
right.
valves.
We make the wastegates, blow-off valves, yes, so most of these cars are running our product, not all of them, but the fast ones certainly are.
Exactly. You want to go fast, you've got to be TurboSmart. That's what it's all about, of course, TurboSmart. They've got the stand down there, the corporate stand, or a stall, if you like, down the back of the pits here, mate. Looking pretty good down there.
That's right. We are down the back there on the dummy grid. You can come and see the cars up close, and you can come and talk to our promo girls. And here's Lachlan.
Okay, Lachlan's away now in the big Toyota Aristo, 700 horsepower, 2JZ under the bonnet. What can we get?
Got a bit squirrely from the line there.
We're talking rear-wheel drive, of course.
Yes.
And across the line goes Lachlan. We'll see if we can pick up a speed from him. It's all about the speed across the line. I'm not sure what system we're using at the moment, but waiting for the time to come through for Lachlan Nicholas. It's on now, coming through. We have
181
kilometres an hour there, is that right?
That's right.
181. Beautiful work there, and for the little Toyota Aristo. Next up on the line now, is this the Ford-powered machine?
This is Dennis in the unusual Nissan. It's got a Ford engine, so it's the purest hate it, but we love it for that reason. And
1,000 horsepower R32 with a Barra engine.
That's exactly right. He's literally only just bolted this together, finished it this week, so we'll be interested to see how he goes down the main straight.
And he'll be roasted on the forums if he knocks off the Nissan. I mean, he's basically mongrelized, if you like, the iconic R32 Skyline. I'm tipping it's still still rear-wheel drive.
This is just rear-wheel drive.
Just rear-wheel drive. Right, so the Falcon 600. Oh, she gets a little bit loose coming off the line. This would be a good run, though. Still pretty quick. Dennis O'Malley. Across the strike he goes. Just have a little bit more head of steam up there than Lachlan. We'll see how we go. Time's coming through now. But yes, it's a little bit weird, isn't it? What can I put in this 2J? No, that's been done.
Yep.
What about a Ford 6?
Ford 6. just to get the haters talking.
Well, we've got a Falcon XW across the back of the pits, a drifting Falcon of James Mackey, and that's got an LS in it.
Yes.
So, I mean, crossbreeds going on everywhere at the moment. Now, this is an interesting little car, Richard. This is the little Honda Civic.
Yes, yeah, this runs in a B18, a turbocharged B18. It's about 750 horsepower as well in the front wheels.
Wow, 750 for a little four-cylinder front-wheel drive. That's amazing.
That's right.
See the turbo inlet next to the intercooler at the front there. That's pretty cool. So a little Honda Civic there on the line. That would be Ray Lulac.
Lulac.
Ray Lulac, that's the man. R&V Auto Works Honda Civic Turbo. Waiting for our time to come through from our last car. We haven't looked at through yet of Dennis O'Malley. Still waiting on the line at the moment. The little Honda Civic 165 there for Dennis O'Malley in the Falcon powered R32. 165 kilometres an hour. on the start line now with the Honda Civic. Ray Lulak underway.
Here he goes.
So this is an interesting machine. It's a 750 horsepower. Obviously, that takes a lot of good technology out of the bonnet, Richard.
It does, it does. He's got built, I think built by Jem, that engine. Here he goes. It's loud.
It sounded like he missed a gear or spun the wheels up mid-track here.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But man, that is an angry little car, isn't it?
It is.
What sort of Turbo Smart goodies have we got under there?
That's running a Turbo Smart wastegate and a Turbo Smart blower valve.
Lovely. At 177 kilometres an hour there for Ray Lulak in the little Honda Civic, and very impressive. He's a funny little car. I had to do a bit of Googling on this one. The little Corolla wagon. It's the machine there of Christian Golby from the Golby's Parts and Performance. Toyota Corolla, 642 rear wheel horsepower, 34 psi a boost. The 1J Toyota at the bottom of this one. And it can run up to, I believe, up to 1,100 horsepower. So
It's a fast little thing, this.
is Nan going to take him to church on Sunday or not?
He's got a bit squirrely there as well.
She's very loose. Still arcing the tyres up here. What will be fourth gear past the control tower, the big hamburger here. So that's pretty cool. The machine of Golby there, waiting for the times to come through now. Just adjudicated, but apparently he does a lot of this engine conversion stuff at the Golby workshop.
He does up in Toowoomba. He does quite a lot of Toyota engines. Takes them out, puts them in things they're really not meant to be in.
And 176 kilometres an hour there for the Golby Toyota Corolla wagon. Now it's farm ute time, ladies and gentlemen. Have a look at this machine. 750 and 9.8 second pass on the quarter mile from the farm ute to the tarp on the back
He's
of
got
all.
the tonneau cover going.
Now that would look pretty quick, believe it or not, but you know that is cool. I mean, you've got an old car like that. You look under the bonnet; it's immaculate. It's got this 20-litre drum-sized turbo in the left-hand front guard.
He pulled this out of a paddock and put a big engine in it, and that's really all that's happened.
Autograph session 2 to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, down the pit area. Get along and check that out. Now we have a new leader in the 500, the Turbo Smart Flying 500. We've got the Farm Ute. It goes 203 kilometres an hour. Go the Farm Ute, ladies and gentlemen.
So Mark Trueno in the Forza Horizons R32.
That's a pretty slick-looking machine too. That's a fair bit of pace on over the line. As I mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, the autograph session is in the pits in the main World Time Attack stand area. Get down there and see them there. Look at the great Tarzan Yamada's there, under Suzuki, Nob Taniguchi. So all the big names are down there. And this is another pretty cool car too. 182 kilometres an hour for the R32 Skyline of Torino. Now we go back to the 260Z. Now this is a pretty quick touch percentage. It's an RB26 under the bottom.
That's right, Turbo RB26. Charles driving this one, and he's been very fast in the past. He looks very fast across the line here too.
About 670 horsepower, running the E85. Apparently he built the car just as a street car and got a little bit excited and ended up getting up to around 700 odd horsepower once again using the Turbo Smart goodies, no doubt.
Yes, plenty of Turbo Smart in that car.
That's Wallen, so waiting for time for Wallen through now. Still the leader, the Farm Ute at 203 kilometres an hour, and we go 205. 205 kilometres an hour. That's an amazing job there. The two older cars in the field are knocking off the late model ones, Richard.
So these guys will be very fast. These last couple of GTRs are quick cars. This is Adam Nish from Jem, and this is around about 1,000 horsepower.
What, RB26 we talking?
RB26.
I think he's a tuner himself too, Adam Nish. So an RB28, I've got him down here. Might be a stroke too.
Probably got a stroke kick in there.
What
Actually,
noise.
last year's winner.
Wow, what a noise. We're talking up towards 240 kilometres an hour, surely. Wow, that thing was operated. It's Adam Nish there in R34, the JEM machine. That's just engine management. He's the tuner. He works the rolling road during the week and using Howtech products I can see there. And once again, we'll be utilising some good Turbo Smart bits to go that quick. Obviously, here we go. 210. 210. New leader, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Nish with that 210. R32 now.
Motorsports Mechanical. This car, again, a very fast car, RB powered, plenty of Turbo Smart under the bonnet, and comes across my road. Sounds pretty good.
Does Daniel DiSano. What can Daniel do? Another one of these Skylines. Looks like that one might have still been rear-wheel drive as well. Even though it's
All-wheel drive, that one?
That's all-wheel
Yeah.
drive, right. So it's one of our trouble. Now that's
That's Motorsports Mechanical.
That's a pretty full car by the looks of it too. It didn't look super light or anything.
No.
227 kilometres an hour, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Daniel Desano. Takes the lead now. That's the end of round number 1. This is the first car through in the second round. It's Lachlan Nicholas in the Toyota Aristo. He went 181 the first time. To be slightly quicker, but I don't think it's quite up in the big 200s yet.
Yeah, it didn't look to have the squirrely wheels like he had the first run, so it looked like he was more planted this time.
A bit more heat in the tyres, I gather.
Yep.
Speed coming through now. Of course, the Flying 500 is brought to you by Turbo Smart. I'm joined up in the tower by Richard from Turbo Smart. And Richard, of course, your product's now worldwide.
Yes.
They're selling great. You can't pick up a magazine or something without someone having something from Turbo Smart. Ooh, and that gets loose.
And that's the way we like it.
That's we like that. This is the Falcon barrow-powered machine of Dennis O'Malley. Across the line it goes. Screaming Falcon 6. Waiting for time to come through from that one. And we go 185. So he's up.
That's Lachlan. Is that Lachlan?
No, that was Dennis O'Malley, that one. So he's 185. So he's up 20 kilometres than what he was before. But that's good. Lachlan went... lost it. But it was slow. Okay, back to the start line. This very angry little Honda Civic. Now, this really blew me away, the noise of this car. It's obviously pushing some big numbers. I must be thinking 40 pound to boost.
Something like that. In fact, I'd be surprised if he's not above 40.
It's Ray Lulak there in the R&V Auto Works Honda Civic, and we're talking above 40 pound, ladies and gentlemen. That's amazing. Now, have a listen as it starts to come on here. He gives it the beans as it comes onto the main track. What a noise.
There he goes, on boost.
Oh. It's actually fried the front tyres across the line, Richard. Wow, 750 horsepower. I'm guessing in about 500-600 kilo a car. So more than a horsepower a kilo.
And Ray drives this on the street.
No.
Yes.
Dropping the kids off at school.
He comes round to work, visits us at Turbo Smart.
189. 189. That's up a 12 kilometres an hour in his previous run. Great job. Now we go back to the Golby machine, the 2JZ 1,000 horsepower, frying the tyres off the line there for the Golby machine. Just looks so nervous. He'd be locked to lock trying to keep the thing in a straight line. But Golby there across the line went 176 last time through. 197, 3k shy of that magic 200 mark, but he didn't spend much time there in a straight line. It was pretty wild on the track for twice the distance. Farm you time, fans, the number 507 machine.
I was just saying, literally pulled this out of a paddock, put a big engine in it, and he's everyone's favourite.
Yeah, it was one of those things, isn't it? Like the farm truck out of the US.
That's right.
One of those cool sort of cars that gets a cult following. And that's the machine of John DeMoro there with a 9-second ute. Looks like we're probably doing 99 seconds.
206.
Whoa! Up 3 kilometres now for 206 there for John DeMoro. So he pulled it out of the paddock, threw a filthy big engine, cleaned the engine up. Big engine, big turbo.
Doesn't like to sort of clean it at all. Because it makes it too neat.
Looks like he's driven up against a few things to get some more marks in it. Then we go to Mark Torino through there in the Street FX back to R32 Skyline. He went 182 last run through. We're going to go 196. 196 for Mark Torino.
Back on board with Charles. He did 206 last time.
Now this is the RB26 or 28 powered machine.
That's it.
I call him an E-Type Jag, a poor man's E-Type Jag. If you can't
You'd
afford
like
an
that.
E-Type, get a 260Z. Designed around the same sort of era, of course, back in the 70s. And we're waiting for time to come through there for Warland, and he goes
204. He's a little bit slower.
So he dropped 1 kilometre, 1 kilometre an hour. This is the last year's champion. It's Adam Neeson at JEM R34 Skyline. Wow, it's the hard cut limiter there as it comes up mid-track. Cruises across the lines, or something went wrong there. We heard a big bang mid-track. Possible some. Now, of course, these things do backfire.
Yes.
It's not good when you're pushing those sort of numbers,
That's
obviously.
right. They're fairly well stressed engines. They may be street cars, but they're very close to race cars. So.
Driving this, you can't believe he drives that Honda around the streets. It's got to be kidding me. 134 for last year's champion, Adam Neeson. Now we get underway with our second of our Skylines. Is that Robert Margerin?
No, this will be Mick from Motorsport Mechanical.
Aha!
I think it's
yes, indeed.
Daniel's car, and I think Mick might be driving it.
Mick DeSano. So it's a Motorsport Mechanical R32. The last run through at 2:27 last time. 2:35, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that means we should have a new lead of 235 kilometres an hour.
He's taken it out today.
That's a top job. So we've got a new champion for the day, at least for now. That's the DeSano car out of the Motorsport Mechanical stable, the R32 Skyline. What's special with that car? It seems to have a lot of grunt. What's under the bonnet?
Oh, you'd have to ask Mick. he's pretty quiet, pretty cagey about these things, but yeah, it's got plenty of grunt. But RB powered.
Single twin turbo?
I believe it's single turbo.
Single turbo,
Yeah,
so big single
big
turbo.
single turbo.
Yeah. I've been walking around the pits, as I said before, and I see a lot of turbo work stuff on the cars, but the big thing I'm noticing is the huge compressor wheels.
Yes.
You know, that's the go. The small exhaust wheel, huge compressor. There's a couple of cars there. Honestly, man, you could fit a can of power down the guts of, or even more.
Yeah, you want to keep your children away from it.
Yeah, the vacuum from a small child. But mate, it's a credit to you. It's an Australian company, Turbo Smart.
Yes.
Started here, now it's America,
Yes.
Asia.
Yeah, we've got a distribution channel in America and one in the UK. Both Turbo Smart subsidiaries, so we're very much a global company. Although we made about 10 minutes from the track here, we make everything.
Righto, well thanks heaps Richard from Turbo Smart for coming on up here for the Flying 500. Back tomorrow, hopefully you can come join us again. We'll see if we can knock off that magic 235. For now, we're going to throw to an ad break. Thank you.